In today's video, we're going to be diving into the world of Cyberpunk 2077, exploring a beginner-friendly build that lets you sample different aspects and playstyles of the game. Whether you're a new player or returning player that's just unsure how you want to play your character, this guide will help you find the playstyle that suits you best before committing to a more focused build. When you're new to the game, it's essential to have a build that allows you to try out different playstyles and game mechanics because this helps you find your preferred approach to the game and ensures that you don't feel limited or locked into a specific playstyle too early because you can only respec your character once. And by having a versatile build, you can experiment with various aspects of the game, such as combat, stealth, hacking, crafting, without feeling overwhelmed or restricted. This flexibility not only enhances your overall gaming experience, but also allows you to make more informed decisions when it comes to specializing your character later in the game. Ultimately, a versatile build sets the foundation for a more enjoyable and personal Cyberpunk 2077 experience. When starting your character, you're going to have a limited number of attribute points to distribute among 5 main attributes: body, reflexes, technical ability, intelligence, and cool. For this beginner-friendly build, I recommend the following stat allocation. Put 1 point into body, 3 into reflexes, and 3 into intelligence. And each time you level, you're going to have access to 1 new attribute and 1 new perk point. At level 2, we'll increase the reflex attribute to 7. This will enable us to unlock the dash ability later on. This will increase the mobility by covering more ground swiftly, escaping challenging situations and closing the distance between us and the enemies. So take the first middle tree perk, Slippery. This will make you harder to kill the faster you go. And because of this, our next 2 attribute points will go directly into reflexes as well. But our next 2 perk points, we want to take Painkiller and SpeedJunkie under the center tree in the body skill line. By taking Painkiller, we get health regeneration during combat, which is never a bad thing, especially early game when we have virtually no skills or gear. And taking SpeedJunkie will give us a hefty 60% health regen rate while sprinting, which pairs rather nicely with Slippery. Our next attribute and skill point will go directly into Cool and unlock Feline Footwork in the center tree of Cool, giving us both a 15% speed bonus as well as a 15% damage mitigation chance while crouched, making us even harder to kill. Our next 2 attribute points will go into Cool and will max out Dash in the Reflex skill line, which will reduce the stamina cost for dashing, allowing us to dash even more, and will synergize well with Slippery and SpeedJunkie, giving us damage reduction and a good health regen early in the game. By allocating an additional attribute point to raise the tech attribute to 4, we can utilize our available skill point to acquire the Glutton of War perk on the left side. This perk reduces the cooldown of health items and grenades by 5% each time an enemy is defeated. And by adding our next 2 attribute points into body, we'll get a +2 health per attribute point and gets us closer to unlocking Adrenaline Rush. And in reflexes, we can place our next 2 perk points into a weapon line of your choice. And you have a choice here depending on what you want to play with. Either assault rifles and SMGs from the Ready, Rested, Reload perk on the left, or lead and steel on the right for blade. Now you could allocate a point in each if you'd like, but it's simple to refund skill points. And as far as I can tell, there's no cap or downside to doing so. You just have to work backwards to refund them. So for example, you cannot refund Slippery if you had taken that and one of the sub skills off of it. You would need to refund the sub skill first and then refund Slippery. So I suggest trying both out to see what you like, as there's actually no downside to it. Our next 3 attribute points will be pumping into Cool to unlock Focus, which will affect pistols, revolvers, and sniper rifles. So go ahead and refund the skill points that you put into either Lead and Steel or Ready, Rested, and Reloaded, or both to test each skill and their sub skills. And honestly, I suggest playing with this to see what feels good for your playstyle. Now with weapons, health regen, and damage mitigation covered, we can start dumping our next 3 points into intelligence to unlock hacking. And by unlocking optimization first, which is in the bottom middle, we will get a nice 35% RAM recovery. At 9 points into intelligence, hack Q will be unlocked. Just remember though, your perk points can be refunded. Your attribute points can only be refunded by your one and only respec. Use it wisely. At this point, you should be about level 20 and you're close to mid-game. And if you know what you want to play, it may be time to respec. Or you can continue. However, you're going to need to allocate 6 more attribute points to the desired attribute, which will unlock abilities such as ninjutsu and the cool attribute, adrenaline rush and body, or overclock and intelligence. Although you're limited to 1 respec per playthrough, there's a handy little trick to test different mid-game skill trees. Simply create a manual save before respecing into the desired skill tree. If it doesn't suit your playstyle, reload and try another tree. It's that easy. Although there are higher damage builds available, it's overwhelming starting out to determine your preferred playstyle. This versatile build allows you to experience various playstyles, helping you become comfortable with them before committing to a single style. Additionally, it enables you to accumulate attribute and perk points, which will be crucial when you finally decide what to play. I'm Granddaddy Gamer, and good luck out there, samurais.